The Life of Ruth, a story of love, faith, and redemption. Have you ever felt like life had taken an unexpected turn? Like all your plans shattered overnight, leaving you in the rubble of uncertainty? What if I told you that even in the midst of chaos, God's love and purpose are at work? Today we'll journey into the life of Ruth, a story of profound loss, unwavering faith, and the power of God's redemptive plan for all of us. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see your own life. Imagine being in a foreign land, widowed with no money, no future, and no one to turn to. That was Ruth's reality, but her story is not one of despair. It's a story of faith, perseverance, and divine redemption. And today, it has the power to change your life. The story begins in the land of Moab, where a family from Bethlehem fled during a famine. Naomi, her husband Elimelech, and their two sons sought a fresh start in a foreign land, but life didn't go as planned. First, Elimelech passed away, leaving Naomi a widow. Then, after her two sons married Moabite women, one of whom was Ruth, the unthinkable happened. Her sons died as well. Can you imagine? Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah, her other daughter-in-law, were left destitute and alone. In ancient times, widowhood meant poverty, uncertainty, and social rejection. Women depended on their husbands for survival. And now, nothing. This is the crossroads where choices are made, where faith is tested. And this is where Ruth's story takes a remarkable turn. Naomi, heartbroken and bitter, decided to return to Bethlehem, her homeland, in hopes of starting over. She told Ruth and Orpah to stay in Moab, return to their families and their gods to rebuild their lives. It was the easy choice. Orpah tearfully agreed, but Ruth didn't. Her words still echo through history. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Ruth chose loyalty over self-interest. She clung to Naomi and to the God of Israel, stepping into an uncertain future with unwavering faith. It's easy to admire Ruth's courage, but have you ever thought about what drove her? This was not a moment of convenience. It was a declaration of trust in God's greater plan. Ruth wasn't just staying with Naomi, she was choosing to follow the one true God. She left her homeland, her culture, and the life she knew, trusting that God had a plan even when she couldn't see it. What about you? Are you willing to trust God even when the road ahead is uncertain? Arriving in Bethlehem, Ruth and Naomi faced the harsh reality of poverty. To provide for them both, Ruth worked tirelessly, gleaning grain in the fields that belonged to a kind and God-fearing man named Boaz. Here's where God's providence shines. Boaz noticed Ruth's dedication and showed her favor, ensuring her safety and abundant provision. But the story doesn't end there. Boaz, as their kinsman redeemer, married Ruth, redeeming her from a life of hardship. Under Jewish law, a close relative, called a kinsman redeemer, could marry a widow to continue the family line. Boaz stepped up. Their union not only restored Naomi's joy, but also carried incredible significance, because Ruth became the great-grandmother of King David, part of the lineage leading to Jesus Christ. A Moabite woman, an outsider, became a crucial part of God's plan for humanity. Through Boaz, Ruth's life was completely transformed. She went from being a widow to a wife, from poverty to abundance, from despair to joy. Ruth's story teaches us powerful lessons. 1. Faith over fear. Ruth stepped into the unknown, trusting God even when the outcome seemed bleak. 2. God's love is for everyone. No matter your background or past, God has a plan for your life. 3. Obedience opens doors. Ruth's humility and hard work positioned her to receive God's blessings. 4. Redemption is for everyone. If God can take a Moabite widow and make her part of Jesus' lineage, He can redeem any situation in your life. Just like Ruth, your life might feel uncertain or even broken at times. But God's love is constant, His power is limitless, and His plan for you is good. Are you willing to trust Him even when the path ahead isn't clear? So here's my challenge for you today. Reflect on your own story. Are you clinging to God like Ruth, trusting His plan even in the hard times? Take a moment to pray, asking Him to reveal His purpose for your life. And if you've been inspired by Ruth's journey, share her story with someone who needs hope today. Remember, it's God who sustains us, leads us, and redeems even the most broken parts of our lives. Like Ruth, step forward in faith. You never know what incredible things God has in store for you. Thank you for joining me to explore the life of Ruth. May her story inspire you to walk boldly in faith, knowing that God's love and plan for your life are unwavering. If Ruth's story has inspired you, take a moment to pray and ask God to guide your path. Drop a comment below with what stood out to you from Ruth's story. And if this video blessed you, like, share, and subscribe to help spread God's word. Remember, God is always working, even in your waiting. See you in the next video. God bless. Until then, stay blessed.